hear you. Has earplugs in.
Here we go. Joey Crawford will toss it up. O'Core jumping with Pau Gasol. And the Lakers control it. They'll have it to start the final 12 as well. Kobe got a great start in Game 5. Hit those jumpers early. Took only 10 shots overall. But it was key as the Lakers got an early lead. Radmanovich. And Vlade hits the triple to start the contest.
I mean, Kirilenko was right there, but he didn't have his hands up high enough. And
here's the key matchup you were talking about, controlling Carlos Boozer. Real short, and Kobe leaking out. Kobe left alone, and the Lakers go up by 5 early. Fish found him.
That's what you do. The first thing you do when you get a defensive rebound is look up.
15 turnovers here in Game 3. Ronnie Brewer left alone. Head to Holtry, and Gasol keeps it away. The Jazz have started 0 for 3. Fish trying to make it 3 for 4. Derrick's on. Lakers lead 7-0.
That's a nice start for the Lakers. That's the one thing they wanted to do, obviously, is get out of the gate early as well.
Ronnie Brewer up against Kobe. Defended him well, but it's O'Core free at the foul line. So Melo O'Core coming into the contest, and he has been huge for them, averaging 18 Lakers. Fish spotting up, and right on line, but long in front of us.
Now, Derrick has to be careful. He picked up a foul off the ball of Williams. He can't pick up that second foul. He has to stay on the floor.
Good ball movement, and Brewer with the dunk. Boozer found him.
And that's a good play by Derrick to just give up the easy hoop.
With a layup, and that's his only shot so far. Lamar Odom, inside position. O'Core battled and took it away. On the run, it's Kirilenko. Won't get the layup. Loose ball, Boozer.
That's what the Lakers have to remember. Those second chance opportunities. Loose balls, you have to beat them to all of them.
Kobe, isolation on the spin. Brewer held his ground well. Now Lamar. And got to get out of the paint. It'll be Gasol rattling it home. Lakers by 3, 9-6. So Gasol, 4 of the 5 starters scoring for the Lakers. And a third team foul because Radmanovich had the first foul for the Lakers. Good entry for O'Core. Altered by Gasol. Wow. Used his length well that time.
Yeah, kept his arm, both arms, straight up in the air.
Lamar beating Boozer. And goaltending. Kirilenko got it late. Lamar going to the line, looking for the three-point play.
Nice explosion step there by Lamar Odom. You know, another one of the keys, Joe, is going to be consistency. Don't go through highs and lows with your offense. Be very consistent with your production.
Darren Williams, too good a look. Gets the roll. So inside the free throw line. Almost like a layup with the stroke he's got.
When he's got that mentality that he's going to take you off the dribble when you're on that island with him, he just takes you to the rim.
Brewer, a long 2. Barely moved the net. Ronnie Brewer brings him back within 4.
Well, no ball whatsoever.
They let him go. Boozer doubled, and on the step back, it'll be Gasol with the board. So the Lakers by 4. Trying to look for some early offense. Nobody stops Kobe. The finger roll. 16-10 Lakers.
Well, let me tell you something. First rule of defense is stop the ball. But listen to this. When Kobe Bryant has the ball, you must stop the ball. Watch
these teams. You can see the nervous energy and how much they've expended already. Good block by Gasol. You can see it coming. He read it perfectly and slipped over to help out on Kirilenko. Radmanovich right by his man. And the finger roll on the layup. Kirilenko behind the play. 18-10 Lakers. Timeout, Utah.
What a play by Radmanovich. Catches the ball, and normally he's the guy that wants to catch and just pull up. He recognizes that he's got a lane and takes it all the way in. Kobe Bryant making it happen with the pass, and on the previous play, made it happen in transition. Everybody's backing up, and he says, "You kidding me? An open lane for me? You've got to be joking. If you want to get out and run, you better play defense." And that's what the Lakers are doing right now. They enjoy an 8-point lead with 5:19 to go here in the first.
Exceptional, we've seen that. Not a factor at all. Lamar moving without it and slams it home over Hartgreen and Millsap.
Well, if you're going to play the passer that close, he's going to beat you with the first step. And
16 still left on the shot clock. Plenty of time for the Lakers to take their time in the half-court set. Gasol up against the smaller man, a little fall away. Gasol, Lakers by a dozen. They double it up 24-12.
Nice move by Powell, just surveying the floor. elevates and scores.
Defense the difference, though, for the Lakers. Jazz 0 for their last 6. Brewer, though, has had a hot hand. It'll spin to Gasol, though. 0 for their last 7 maker with 3+ to play in the first. So the Lakers have effectively quieted the crowd. Kobe on a hesitation move. Glasses it. What a play by Kobe. Lakers up 14, 26-12.
Boy, talk about being under control. I mean, he goes into the teeth of the defense completely under control and makes an easy shot.
Harpering, and Radmanovich close to picking that clean. Williams splits it out front. Curls it home. Darren Williams, the guy that will get them eventually, you think, back into the game. Because if they have runs, it all sparked by Darren Williams.
What a nice job of extending his dribble, lengthening his dribble to get between the two defenders and making an easy shot.
Looking for Gasol, who wanted to pass it. He got to get rid of it. And it's knocked away. No! It'll be Gasol. And Radmanovich cleans it up.
What a break.
A real fortunate play for the Lakers. But it looked like a turnover waiting to happen.
Well, it was a turnover waiting to happen. Jazz were just in the starting block.
The stripe, and Kobe's got 10 points.
And Kobe's has to chase Kyle Korver around now. They're bringing in their quick draw, their main shooter.
Boozer trying to get inside on Gasol and banks it home. Good footwork.
Yeah, he had Powell backing up all the way, and Powell could not establish any kind of balance.
Offensive rebound, and Gasol had 6 of those in the last one for the Lakers with a huge one in the last 20 seconds of play. Spacing. Farmar setting it up. Sasha for 3. Yes! 1 for 11. How about 1 for 1? 33-18. Lakers by 15.
Well,
you knew Sasha wasn't going to be 1 for 11 tonight.
Shooters don't think about 1 for 11. They think about the last shot, or the next shot that they're going to take is going to be a make. As
one, but he should not have been ejected.
Flagrants are called generally on how a player falls. If he falls hard to the floor, you're going to get probably a flagrant foul, whether it's a flagrant or not. That's what happens when you jump off of 1 foot.
Now, let's see if the Lakers can't milk the clock after the Price free throws. 33 points on the board for the Lakers, holding the Jazz to 20 thus far. Now Luke Walton.
And they're starting to get issues now.
It'll be Luke beyond the arc. Good look. And Turioff and Boozer battling. Sasha knocked it away momentarily and took time off the clock. That was the key. Price at the buzzer. Won't be close. So a nice little play by Sasha.
Well, the Lakers played a very, very good first quarter. Very good. I mean, obviously, that's an understatement. They come out of it leading by 13, but it's the consistency that I talked about. They've got to be consistent for 48 minutes. They've come into the second quarter now thinking that the score's tied. You keep that mental edge throughout the ball game.
On the scoreboard, still a plus 13.
Got to make Millsap a jump shot shooter.
On the step through action, short corner 3. Look out.
Well, let me ask you this. If you're guarding Korver, why are you in the middle of the paint? Follow Korver wherever he goes. You're not a shot blocker. I would think Derek Fisher, his minutes are tied to Darren Williams as if there's no foul trouble.
Sasha, quick catch and shoot. And a 2-for-2 start for Sasha Vujacic. Lakers by a dozen. 35-23.
That's what you do, Sasha. You're a catch-shoot guy. Before he reinserts some of his starters.
It's a 10-point Laker lead. They've been up by as many as 16. So the 5 stay on the floor. Nobody coming off the bench, at least right now. Coming off the Gasol pick, Sasha setting up Luke Walton. First one for Luke. Yes! After missing a couple.
And they very easily could have had an offensive foul on Sasha after the delivery.
25, Lakers still by 13, shooting 48%. Williams in traffic, and Gasol and Turioff deny him as he got caught in the air, nowhere to go. So the defense continues for the Lakers. Sasha all the way to the hole. Off the window! Sasha's got 7 off the bench in short minutes. Lakers by 15.
What a move. I mean, the guy ventured in that time with the intent of shooting and scoring. Then you can always adjust when the defense slides over.
Isolation for Williams. Now they'll come on the pick. Millsap going to the line, looking for the three-point opportunity.
That's the guy I said, make a jump shot shooter. He is really tough in the paint. But they can just out-jump everybody. They just go straight for the rebound, and players come from behind.
Kobe attacking against Harpering, setting up Lamar. 45-30, Lakers by 15.
Boy, the defense collapsed. There were 3 guys that came over to Kobe, and he says, here, Lamar, take this one.
And Lamar had some emphatic dunks in the last one at Staples Center. It seemed to charge his teammates up. Williams spotting up for 3. Darren Williams.
Well, I tell you, that young man.
He can keep him in it single-handedly.
That was just, he stepped behind the screen that time and knocked it down.
He thought there was contact after the release. Won't get the whistle. Williams on the move, and Fish picked his pocket clean. Fish up against Miles, grabbed on his way. Take it home. He will. Miles didn't hold him down. Continuation.
Well, CJ doesn't understand continuation, I guess. He definitely fouled him, and he was trying to foul him. But if you're going to reach out and grab him, you've got to lock him up.
They're inviting Kirilenko, aren't they? They'd rather have him than Williams shooting from the outside. Nobody stopped the ball, and Kirilenko blew the dunk. A break for the Lakers. Fish coming up with Kobe on the trail. Kobe elevates and slams her home. Wow. Lakers by 17. Guys like on the bench a little.
Wow. I don't get many wows from Kobe because I've seen him do so many incredible things, but that one was a wow.
Williams trying to leave it off and well for Boozer.
That's a nice play.
A little breakdown at the other end for the Lakers, but there haven't been many of those, letting Williams into the paint by himself.
They could let Darren Williams work on the mismatch out front. They chose the mismatch out front, and they got a break when Darren Williams missed the shot. Timeout on the floor, 4:43 to go in the half. The Lakers by 15, and yeah, Kobe, I want to see yours again. Just one more time. Derek, dish it off, and Kobe, up, and ooh, that is nice. The Lakers by 15, and the Jazz might be on the ropes, but you got to keep them right there.
Here in Utah, and Kirilenko has struggled so far in the game. He has not scored, and he's among the highest paid players on the Jazz. So a lot of people talking about before the game as KCAL goes right down the middle and dunks. And the way the Jazz are playing, that figures to be a very big story if their season ends tonight.
The execution out of the timeout, Mr. Lance.
That's just textbook. Very, very textbook play.
O'Connor too close. Kirilenko kept it alive.
That's another case where Andre Kirilenko is very active. You've got to find him early because it wasn't Powell's responsibility that time. Powell was getting ready to go up for the rebound, and over his back came Kirilenko.
It'll be Sasha free for 3, and he's got it. Lakers up by 18, 55-37.
Well, they went to a zone that time, and right off the bat, Sasha recognized it. It was very lucky to get to the rim.
54% shooting for the Lakers, 32%. Williams all the way to the hole on the spin. That's tough for Derek Fisher. Cracking him one way, and then he goes the other.
But you know what he does. As the secondary defender, you know.
Inside of 3. How do the Lakers close out the half? Breakdown inside, and a layup for Miles.
Sasha cheated. You can't anticipate going over the top of a screen because then he backcuts you.
Into the offense. Lakers back in the transition. That's his game, though. Miles didn't get it that time. Good box out. Kobe free to take it off the lip. The Lakers wanted to beat him with early offense. Gasol was available. Lamar unattended. Instead, it'll be Fish wide open. Derek's got it. Lakers up again by 16, 59-43 as they continue to sizzle from the outside. 54% overall. Throw attempts for the Lakers 14. Lakers by 16, and defensively, what a start for the Lakers tonight. Now Kobe into the half, and Fish blocked and fouled. Darren Williams with a foul. Fisher shoots free throws. They'll put time, I believe, back on the clock. Let's look at the video.
Yeah, but there's going to be 3 shots coming here. So how could they make the call? But most fans referee with their heart. Anybody just run a fly pattern on you. You know, you just want to make sure they catch it, get out of their way. They've got .9. All they can do is catch it and shoot it.
43. One more for Fish.
But you want to be up closer. The Lakers have their 2 guys way back. You want to be a little closer. Now they have a chance to get closer.
So this match is the largest lead in the series for the Lakers. It came in game 1 at home, 19. Miles at the buzzer, and the Lakers go to the break with a ton of momentum out of the first half.
Yeah, they've got the momentum. They've got the lead. Now they've got to go in an intermission, gather themselves, and come out and start this game as if it's nothing.
62-43, Lakers at the break. 24 big ones left to play, as you mentioned, though. Let's head to the Jack in the Box halftime report now and join Big Game James. Jim Hill. Guys, see if they can continue to play with the same type of effort, especially the defensive end. Okor free and across. Gasol after it. Kirilenko saves it. Good pass again. Williams, and he'll get an opportunity for a three-point assist to Ronnie Brewer.
Well, not the way you wanted to start the quarter. I mean, obviously the Lakers have a cushion. It's just one possession play.
Kobe asking for it up against Brewer. Inside of 10 on the shot clock. No double on the step back. It was hard off the heel. And how about Radmanovic's hustle?
Well, he just out-hustled everybody.
So the Lakers get a second look thanks to Vladdy's play.
Gave Kirilenko some of his own medicine.
Kobe with LO, and Lamar feathers it home. There's an answer. 18-point Laker lead, 64-46.
That's nice. Well, now Derek has to be very careful. He picks up that fourth, you know he has to go to the bench.
Here's Salt, feeling the pressure. Yeah, good look inside. Pau Gasol, little turn and spin. 18 is the lead. Gasol's got 8 points.
Let's see if Deron Williams decides to attack now.
Kobe got lost. Gasol got the block. They let it go. And it'll be Boozer going right back at it.
The Lakers just aren't, they're not strong on the rebound in that scenario. You've got to go up 2 hands and snare it.
Thought he'd go up. Instead, over Kirilenko, it spins away. So will this be the surge, the run they're looking for? Williams out of control. He'll go to the glass, and he'll go to the line.
If I'm Phil Jackson, I might think about a timeout here just to get my guys back into the frame of mind that they should be in. Not that they're totally out of it, but now they've allowed the crowd to get back into it. It was a 19-point lead at halftime. Free throw here makes it a 13-point lead. Momentum trying to shift a bit.
Kobe's first foul of the game and an easy call as he got there late and clipped him on the hip. So another 3-point play. Brewer already had one. It's down to 13. So the clock.
Must scratch here.
Kobe on the twirl and the fall away. Yes! Big time play. 68-53. Kobe up to 18.
Good guy to have on your team when you need a score. 39 to go in the third. Lakers trying to hold off this early surge here in the first 5 minutes.
Pau Gasol losing leverage, but still the baby hook. Pau Gasol with a light touch. Soft stroke, 70-53. Lakers by 17. Get Gasol going, and he's into a double-double already with 10 and 11. And the Lakers are headed to the Western Conference Finals. Boozer coming through a pick. Kirilenko. Boy, to Arkin, that close to the basket. That's a strange-looking shot.
Well, on the cross screen, Pau Gasol got knocked down, and that's what freed up Kirilenko for the easy one.
Lakers still by 15. Radmanovic. Smaller man Brewer, but an athletic one just the same. Little step back for Vladdy. 72-55. Radmanovic with 9. So almost all 5 of the starters into double figures. Get ready for the pick and roll. And Phil Jackson. Boy, is he animated on the bench tonight. Shot clock coming down. Brewer going up. And Ronnie Brewer. Boy, has he been big for them tonight. He's into double figures with 11. Young man on Arkansas in only his second season.
Didn't look like it was going to even get to the rim.
Brewer couldn't get back-to-backs, and the Lakers almost give it away. 2 right there. It's still a 16-point advantage. Kobe on the hesitation move. And Gasol, how did he get to that one? And a bucket for Gasol. What a play. Kobe got caught in the air, and Gasol gets a bucket.
Yeah, Kobe was hoping somebody was diving. And
Can't give it to him, so it stays at 19. And that would have been the largest lead in the series. They led by 19, not only at the half tonight, but also in Game 1 back at Staples Center. The cut by Williams. So he thought, and Derek Fisher looks over at Scott Foster like he created space, cleared out.
Yeah, he did. He grabbed Derek and gave him a little help.
Kobe and Gasol. And Kobe pick clean. Kirilenko's length. Now a 3-on-1. Williams with Brewer. And Ronnie Brewer rams her home to make it 15, the deficit for the Jazz. He's up to 13, their second leading scorer. Way above his average.
One of the few opportunities the Jazz had after a turnover to get out in transition.
Kobe and Gasol, and Powell with the left hand draws the contact, gets a couple of free throws. Real simple play.
And a little nod by Kobe.
13. He is 3 of 3 from the field here in the third alone.
And he's making quick decisions now. He's not just waiting for the defense to get even closer to him. He's making quick moves.
Ronnie Brewer thought about it, straddling the three-point line. Boozer in traffic, and Gasol denied him. So Gasol getting it done at both ends of the floor. Put him in an awkward position to his weak side. Kobe and Gasol, and a real tough catch, but Kobe got it right back. Radmanovic for 3. Do you believe it?
Yeah.
Lakers by 19. Kobe chases it down, gets the assist, and Gasol was available underneath, but he'll take the 3 with Vlade. And Vlade now into double figures, so that's 6 Lakers in double figures, all 5 starters. Okoro with an answer. He got it. You got to worry about him warming up. 80-64, Lakers still by 16.
Well, those are the kind of defensive breakdowns the Lakers can't afford.
The series.
Trying to build a wall to keep Deron Williams from dribble penetration.
Okoro. Good close by Kobe. Now the step back, and he's got back-to-back buckets. 80-66, down to 14 after it was up to 19. So 5 straight by Okoro.
You know, you want to be sure, but Rad's not going to take it off the dribble.
In the half-court set, they've taken their time. Radmanovic trying to chase it down, but another turnover for Lakers. You can't have that drop off. That'll put him right back into the game. Williams thought he put up the 3. Instead, Boozer out of control. It's going the other way.
Easy.
That's a 4th foul on Carlos Boozer. It comes with 2:20 to play in the third.
He just ran right over Pau Gasol this time, seeking contact, and he got it.
It's the execution that we've seen earlier this evening. Out of timeouts. And a reach by Millsap. Came right across the arm with 2:10 left in the third.
That's going to send Powell to the charity stripe.
Last, I'll have your weekend forecast coming up tonight after the game on KCAL 9 News.
Gasol comes through at the stripe. So Powell now with 9 points already in the third. He's got 15 and 13 for the game. As they bang around inside, Okoro looking for space. On the rebound, Millsap bodied Lamar under the basket, and Luke's got the foul. And free throws coming up for Millsap. Lakers also out of fouls with that one.
Not necessarily where you have to reach back, because if you have to reach back over your head, then that plays right into the guys behind these fans.
Into the half, still 15. We'll see how they close it out. Kobe, tough fall away. What a shot by Kobe. Graceful fall away, 84-67.
Tough. He does that in his sleep.
Final minute. A strong third for the Lakers after a good beginning by the Jazz. They weathered the storm. It'll be Okoro. All of a sudden, it's back to 14. 52.7 to play. Jazz now 4 of 14 from beyond the arc. And Okoro in double figures. Slavo in the third. Kobe asking for it against Brewer. They're letting him play. Another step back. Not the same result though for Kobe. Coming up short.
Now you got to get back and match up.
He had no sack, but the Lakers took away that passing angle. Okoro on the challenge. Not that time. And Kobe kept it away from Hartring. So the Lakers can play now effectively for the final shot. Got to milk it though.
Yeah, well, milk it nothing. They should get the last shot. There's only tenths of a second
but
differential.
You've been watching them all year too.
You just want to make sure you get the last one, the very last one.
Don't go early. Kobe by Brewer. The rainbow lands. 86-70.
Went too soon.
Force. That's why I said you've been watching them all year too. Deron Williams looking for contact, just threw it up. He wasn't bailed out with a whistle. He created it, and Fish stayed away from it. Lakers only lose the third by 3.
Well, if they only lose the fourth by 3, they'll be in great shape. But they've got to come out with the mindset, we've got to win the fourth. If we do that, we're headed to the Western Conference Finals. They lead the Jazz by 16, and we'll be starting the fourth when we return right after this.
Western Conference Finals.
Well, they're getting clock issues, and they don't have a guy that can really create on their own.
Rhodey beat Boozer, and Boozer sends him to the line to shoot 2. That's 5 on Boozer, and we're only a minute 4 seconds into the fourth.
Doesn't expect him to build a 25-point lead. He would love it, of course, but he doesn't want to have them give up any of the cushion. So just tread water, and they'll be in great shape.
Stays out. Millsap clears it away from Walton.
Don't let the clock get down to 5 before you look to attack.
Lamar's got a mismatch. Luke Walton can't get the foul line shot. And he wanted Lamar. Now Williams on the run. And Rudy with the big block. But Millsap cleans it up. It's back to 15. 2 minutes gone in the fourth. 87-72 is Millsap. Very quiet, which worries you.
Again, though, this unit has to find a way to score.
Farmer beat Williams. Sets up. And Sasha right by Korver. Sasha floats it home. Sasha on the attack again. He's got a dozen.
When you can shoot the ball that well from the perimeter, you always have guys running at you.
Turnover of the second half. They're 9th overall. Now in the pick and roll game. Took it away. Couldn't get it to Boozer. That's what they wanted. That passing lane totally taken away. Millsap, though, got inside.
And that is where he operates.
15.
You've got to make sure you keep Millsap on the perimeter. When he gets into the paint, you've got to double him up. Make him a passer. He's not a great passer out of the double team.
Sasha coming off the pick. And over Korver. Didn't get it close.
Did Korver get a piece of that one?
He definitely closed well. Nobody accounted for Millsap. He'll slam her home. Timeout Lakers. It is down to 13. I got a feeling we'll see some new faces on the floor when we come back.
Well, the Lakers, Lamar Odom is pleading with his team. Let's get the ball on the inside. 8:24 to go here in the fourth. And the Jazz making a mini run as Darren Williams to Millsap. And the flush. Nice play.
To the Lakers. And now they're on their feet. The crowd involved in an 11-point ball game. As you said, way too much time. Then Gasol quiet them. Working against Boozer. He gave up the dribble. It'll be Powell. And Powell in hit the glass. Millsap at the goaltend. Powell Gasol with a great first step on Boozer. Puts the Lakers back up by 13. He's got 17 and 13.
Again, though,
glass. And they got a second chance opportunity. So they contested Boozer well as Lamar Odom will be checking back in next whistle.
Along with Derek Fisher.
Williams on the reverse. It is down to 11 once again. Kobe up against Harper. A matchup they like, and Gasol looked for leverage and was taken away. On the run. Points out the turnover, yes. It's down to 9 with too much time. Timeout Lakers. 6:22 to play to get Lamar and Fish back on the floor.
Yeah, there's way too much time to play. Momentum is shifted completely to the Utah Jazz. They're within single digits now after trailing by 19. It's down to 9. And turnovers have been the story here in the second half. In the fourth quarter, another turnover. And that leaves the Jazz in transition. And Millsap with the finish.
Bad side. 91-82. Halfway through the fourth. Boozer quick first step. He's got it. Down to 7. So Boozer, not a factor for the most part, now has 12 points. Just 5 of 14 for the field.
The Lakers got to get back into the same rhythm they had offensively. They're seemingly a little bit more protective right now. There's too much time to get in a protective mode.
Fish up against Darren Williams, and his prayer is answered. 93-84. He found it on his way up. He was scrambling for it. Big one by Fish. Pick and roll game for Williams. Losing Derek. It'll be Boozer again. Gasol with Harpering, and it'll be a foul. Gasol thought it was a loose ball foul, and it was right in front of us. Couple of free throws coming up from Matt Harpering. +7 in the series per game on average. And Harpering gets both free throws. It's back to 7. Now, will the Lakers have an answer? Fish got the last one.
What they've got to do is run a backdoor for Kobe.
Kobe couldn't get Harpering out of position. He wants it again. Now the shot clock coming down on Kobe. Clear out for Kobe. He'll go for 3 this time. Yes! Kobe delivers in the clutch. Lakers 96-86.
Now you got to play defense. There's still just so much time, and the momentum is still with the Jazz.
Kobe deep into the shot clock. Hit that clutch 3. Kobe trying to lose Harper, and he's hit by Harper. Glasses it home. I don't believe this guy. How did he ever make that one? 4:21 left in regulation, and back-to-back he delivers again.
Well, they grabbed him on the way up, but you see the concentration. That's what you have to do. You have to concentrate all the way through. Forget the whistle. It's called contact concentration. Keep your eye on the target. You might get lucky. And if you're that good and lucky, wow, you're awfully hard to defend as Kobe with the three-point opportunity. So back-to-back triples by Kobe. One the traditional way and one from the arc.
And he put it to 13 again after they got it down to 7. He does it. Lakers 99-86. Kobe carrying them now in the 4th.
Yeah, with Okoro, though, they'll do pick and pop. Look for that three-pointer.
Kobe up against Williams, but Williams in the paint gets the roll. So Darren Williams keeping them close.
At the maximum.
Doing a good job of the pick and roll game with Williams once again. And the shot clock dictating a 3. It's going to be short. No, he's got it.
Just what I did.
99-91. They had to have it. Williams gave it to him. A second-team All-NBA guy.
You want to make sure you keep the possessions at the maximum. Now it keeps them at the minimum.
2:20 to play. It's still an 8-point advantage. More than a 2, almost 3-possession game for the Lakers. Kobe beats Kirilenko all the way to the hole in a charge. No. He didn't get there in time, and was he in the restraining arc? Doesn't make any difference. Kobe shoots 2. 9 of 11 at the stripe with 28 points. Make it 10 of 12. Lakers full 3-possession lead at 9. Don't forget what the Lakers are trying to accomplish. The home team, a 21-1 record. Mr. Clutch, Jerry West. Well, Kobe Bryant coming through like that down the stretch tonight.
You make them earn a deuce, but you don't give up three-point shots and three-point plays.
Now Williams leaving it for Okoro. Another. Yep. Down to 7 with 2 to play.
I just don't understand how it's that hard to not give it up.
Had to. Look, he was headed out of bounds, but not for Okoro.
They're all spotted up.
Okoro not close. And Kobe took it away from Lamar. Kobe's got it. Lakers lead by 7. Kobe held up. Williams has the foul. Kobe's got the free throws. So Kobe on fire right now.
That's called getting a defensive rebound.
That's performances. Minute 13 to play. Did he get 2 more?
Well, there's one of the 2.
Perfect. 102-94.
Up by 9.
9 is a full 3-possession game when you talk about the 3-point shots. So it is 9 as Harpering looks on.
Possession game for them to get the lead without the threes.
You get a stop here. It's close to over. Look out. Short corner 3, Okoro. Another.
You got to be joking me.
Hard to believe they're giving up the threes.
I mean, I'm just amazed how difficult it is for the Lakers to not give up a 3-point shot.
He spread it for Kobe. Right around Kirilenko and blocked away by Millsap. Kirilenko wrote it well. Kobe wanted to call. He won't get it. Williams. And Okoro on the line. A long deuce. No. Rebound. They took it away from each other. Sasha and Pau Gasol. Final 30 seconds. No. Another 3 for Kirilenko. Yes. They fell asleep. Didn't cover the shot. Closest the Jazz have been since the opening minute of play. Sasha got it across. No, timeout Lakers instead. Hard to believe. 23.9 to play, and the Jazz will have to foul if they can't get the steal.
Well, the Lakers have to use up all of it if they don't foul.
Well, they don't have a choice.
With the Lakers, you never know. If Jerry Sloan might say, hey, they're going to take a quickie, they always do. What a finish to Game 6.
It in with pressure from Millsap. It'll be Kobe. And they didn't tie him up. Instead, Lamar's got it, and he will go to the line. So Lamar needs to get at least 1 of 2 with 19.4 to play, and they've nearly tied up Kobe.
But that's the disadvantage of inbounding the ball into a corner. Other than Kobe Bryant.
Biggest free throws of the night for the Lakers, and it's Elo at the line. Got it. 4-point lead Lakers. Lamar up to a dozen. 4 of 6 at the stripe.
That was the one. That was the big one. This one's easy now for Lamar. Just settle in. Knock it down. Keep it at a 2-possession game.
Lamar Odom comes through with the pressure on. 5 of 7 at the stripe on the night. And how about the Lakers are better than 82%?
Well,
making their free throws tonight.
You switch everything. I'd have 5 guards on the floor. They're looking for threes. I'd switch everything.
It'll come into Williams. Now Kirilenko. Another 3. He's got it.
I don't believe it.
Wide open. They'll get it into Kobe. Here comes the foul. 2-point Laker lead. And that was way too easy to the inbounds. You figure they go back to the inbounds guy. And that would Darren Williams. That's exactly what Williams did.
But see, that's why I say in this situation, you don't need any bigs on the floor. You put 5 guards or 5 guys that are going to switch everything, so that you never end up with guys wide open. When you have a big, bigs don't like to switch. They don't want to get caught on a little guy out front.
Yeah, Lamar just made 2. Now can Kobe, the league MVP, do the same. First is perfect. 106-103.
Well, this is the one here. Because you know the Jazz are going to get a 3-pointer.
And they still have a couple of timeouts left to advance it. The big one coming from Kobe. He does it. Lakers by 4, 107-103. But
well,
still,
let's see if
way too much time
Let's
left.
see if the Lakers can get this defensive play right one time. For play, see if they can get another wide open look at a triple.
It'll be Korver. They closed well, and an easy one inside from Millsap. Now you got to get the ball into Kobe or Fish, and it's Fish. 107-105. Have to continue to make the free throws. Talk about pressure.
In the NBA.
The first. Wow. It's perfect. Now, can he make it a 2-possession game once again and try to close out his former mates?
Short.
Real short. And they've got an opportunity. Darren Williams on the run and Kyle Korver. It'll be Okor for the tie. Real short. Williams. Can they get the stop? Yes, that'll do it. The Lakers are going to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2004. Back where they belong.
And they escaped major cannons. They're going to walk out of here with a sigh of relief. They did what they had to do and get the win, but wow, was this a scare from the Utah Jazz down the stretch. The last minute of play were, there's Kobe, our player of the game, with 34 points, 15 out of 17 from the charity stripe.
Now the Jazz, a couple of opportunities. Okor, Williams. Thought Korver would go that time.
Well, they have some shots, and Darren Williams, though, he usually knocks those down, and it was in and rattled around a little bit. Time runs out. Wow, what a finish to a game where the Lakers should have been sailing easily in the last couple of minutes, but the Jazz were not about to let go.
You know, Kobe, the MVP, the decider, the closer once again with 34 points. Hit 15 of his 17 free throws. And this is what I like a lot at the end of games and at the end of series in particular, Stu. This was a hard-fought one. Easily could have been a Game 7 at Staples Center on Monday. But the Lakers held on. As we head over now to John Ireland. John.
Well, we were focused on what we had to do tonight, right from the start. You know, the 2 games we played here before, we played from behind the entire game. And tonight was the difference. We got off to a good start and kept it going.
Fish, when you rejoined the Lakers, I know you're a confident person and you always think positive. But in your wildest dreams, did you imagine, with all the uncertainty at training camp, that I'd be standing here talking to you about going back to the Western Conference Finals this year?
Yeah, my dreams are that wild. You know, based on the potential and the personnel that we had on this team, I knew if we could break through some barriers and, you know, really get on the same page with one another, we had a really good chance to be good. And we've realized those dreams, and we're trying to keep moving this thing forward. We owe a lot to the city, though, and the fans for really sticking with us from the beginning when it was a little rough, and now we're in a good spot, and we've earned our way to the Western Conference Finals.
Last thing for you. I know you're not going to tell me who you'd rather play, New Orleans or San Antonio, but talk about the matchup. Do you match up against one better than the other?
No, they're both great teams. I mean, when you think about their personnel and what they've both been able to do this year, I mean, one game separates just about everybody in the West. We're just very fortunate now that we have an opportunity to step back for a couple of days, get some guys healthier, and see who we're going to face in the next round.
Thanks for the time. Go enjoy it.
All right, thanks, John.
That's Derek Fisher. Back to you.
John, the Lakers, thank you, played great defense for the first 45 minutes of the game, Stu. Last 3 minutes, it was a scramble.
Well, it was a scramble because, again, just the technical situations in the last minute and a half or so, they just didn't do things the correct way, and as a result, they were in a much closer game than they should have been in.
So going to the Western Conference Finals sounds really good, doesn't it? Been a while. 4 years for the Lakers. By the way, our last game on KCAL 9. Enjoyed the season all year.
Yeah, we've enjoyed it. We have a lot of people to thank, too, regarding the last game on KCAL 9.
Well, let's thank our producer, Mark Shaw, our director, Tom Satursky, as well as Doug Friedman, Russ Gadani, Jared Stacy, Jeff Proctor, Steve Rangel, and thanks to the Lakers PR staff as well. John Black, Allison Boakland, Josh Ruprecht, and Nick Mazzella. For Stu Lance, John Ireland, I'm Joel Myers. Thanks for being with us, and we look forward to it all starting on Wednesday at Staples Center, the Western Conference Finals. The Lakers are headed there. So long, everybody.